for the island of Grand Bahama, as the island is now witnessing a decline in unemployment numbers. According to Labor Director Robert Farquharson, the latest data released by the Department of Labor, the national unemployment rate dropped from 9.8% in May 2019 to 8.8% in May 2023, signifying a noteworthy improvement in employment opportunities for Bahamians. Aja Kwan joins us live from the downtown area with the latest on this new development. Aja, fill us in.
Rumiko, Grand Bahama is definitely on the come up, particularly with the recent unemployment statistics being released by the Bahamas National Statistical Institute that took a dive from 9.8 in May of 2019 to 8.8 in May of 2023. Now, the Labor Director, Robert Farquharson, says this is a testament to the department's commitment in ensuring Bahamians are employed nationwide. In December of 2019, the unemployment rate on Grand Bahama increased tremendously as a result of Hurricane Dorian, forcing many to move to seek jobs. But for years, Grand Bahama's unemployment remained in the double digits and among one of the highest in the country.
As a result of the excessive damage caused by Hurricane Dorian and obviously COVID-19 following on the heels of Hurricane Dorian, the unemployment rate in Grand Bahama in particular was extremely high. We know a significant amount of men and women left Grand Bahama to travel to Abaco, travel to Jubilee, travel to Gourmet, travel to Providence, seeking employment opportunities. That trend is now reversing.
Farquharson now attributing this decline to a series of initiatives providing guidance to job seekers on appropriate dress codes and effective interview techniques, and their Labor on the Blocks 2.0 job fair, which proves to be a successful platform for pairing job seekers with job vacancies.
We estimate that we have been able to match over 3,000 persons to find jobs. And I think that went directly to the reduction in unemployment rate, notwithstanding the fact of Hurricane Dorian and the COVID-19.
And with Grand Bahama's battle with such high rates, the Labor Director says the department is ensuring that many of the job opportunities on the island is open to only Grand Bahamians.
A number of persons would have applied to the public labor for non-Bahamians to do things in Grand Bahama that we feel Bahamians are qualified to do. We denied those applications. We identified unemployed persons in Grand Bahama, and we would have advised the employees, here are some resumes of some people who are trained, who are available, and it's that type of effort that has caused the unemployment rate in Grand Bahama to be reduced.
While acknowledging the progress made in reducing unemployment, Director Farquharson emphasizes that there is still much work to be done. He is also encouraging all Bahamians to sign up with the Department of Labor to avail themselves of the support provided by the department. Live here in the heart of Freeport, downtown, I'm Aja Quant for the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Back to you in studio, Rumiko.
Certainly good news there. Thank you so much, Aja. In other news, Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party and Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, tonight is making it clear that the government is not fighting against the Grand Bahama Port Authority, but instead doing what's best for the island of Grand Bahama. Simone Davis has that report.
They abandoned the airport, abandoned the hotel, didn't improve the hospital, the roads are falling apart, they can't finish the bridge. So that tells you there's an economic problem.
Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, is once again slamming the Grand Bahama Port Authority and its supporters, claiming that the private-owned entity can't afford to perform its duties as assigned in the Hawksbill Creek Agreement.
The Prime Minister announced in the House of Assembly a couple of weeks ago that essentially push had come to shove with the Grand Bahama Port Authority. That Grand Bahama's economy had declined where other islands, their economies have been growing. And he's been talking to the owners of the port over the last year, trying to get some resolution to this matter. But it appears that the shareholders of the port are either unwilling or unable to fund what is necessary to promote Grand Bahama and to invest in Grand Bahama.
After the Prime Minister asserted that the port is failing the people of Freeport and called for decisive action to be taken, Mitchell says the condition of Freeport shows that the port could possibly be in a financial crisis.
Now you have people who have been complaining themselves about the port, jumping into the fray saying, oh, you shouldn't be fighting in public, oh, you shouldn't be attacking the port. I've looked at all of this. The people who are saying this are all free national movement supporters, all of them. So you have to ask yourself whether or not they're honest brokers in their comments. What this is now coming down to is the F&M opposes the PLP's policies in Grand Bahama. And we know that they've opposed them before. Because in 1969, when Pindling did the bend or break speech, which made Grand Bahama a Bahamian city, they opposed it then.
While wrapping up the budget debate in the House of Assembly last week, PM Davis announced that the government is going after the port for monies owed to the public treasury. The GBPA issued a statement the following day contesting the claims made by the government. The PLP chairman adds that the government is not fighting with the Port Authority and cried shame on those who privately supports the Prime Minister and his policies, but sing a different tune publicly.
All I want to do is to put all of this in context. The government is not in a fight with the Grand Bahama Port Authority. They are the ones who picked the fight. They're the ones. The government is not in a fight. The government wants to solve the problems of Freeport. The city must succeed. We can't afford for it to fail. We've in fact been carrying it. And there is a plan to advance the city forward, which the present shareholders seem unable or unwilling to solve.
Mitchell says his main message to naysayers is to stop attacking sensible policies put in place by the government for the betterment of Grand Bahama and, by extension, the country. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
Thanks, Simone. Switching gears now, the grieving family of the 41-year-old victim found on Settlers Way on Sunday, July 2nd, is now speaking out tonight. Asia Quant has that story.
A family is mourning the loss of their beloved one here on Settlers Way today following an alleged hit and run on Sunday, July 2nd at 3:05 a.m. Now police and the family are coming together to make an appeal to the public for anyone with any information on that incident to come forth immediately. Visibly distraught, the family of 41-year-old Wayne Stirrup recalls the night he died. It was early Sunday morning. Stirrup was adamant about seeing his two daughters, and that is when he began his trot on foot to their residence.
The whole time I was on video cam, the whole time with him as he was walking, and all of a sudden everything just went black.
Pinder says she knew something was wrong and immediately drove the route Stirrup was walking.
Came on and I found him on the side of the street. Cars passed. Nobody stopped. Nobody stopped. I said, please help me. Help somebody stop. Nobody stopped.
And sometime around 3 a.m., police were dispatched to the scene.
Upon their arrival, they met a male lying on the southern side of Settlers Way. EMS was called to the scene. The victim was transported to the hospital where he later died.
As the case progresses, the family of the father of two hopes that justice will prevail and their loved one's memory will be honored through a resolution to this tragic event. They are now making this appeal.
I just really want to make an appeal to anyone who heard anything or seen anything. Just please call. This really affects my family. It really affects my daughters. I don't know, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. So, if anybody heard or seen anything, just please call. I don't care how small it is, just call, please. Nobody should be left to die like that alone. Please.
Now, if you have any information on this alleged hit and run, you're asked to contact police at 350-3000, 911, or 919. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Asia Quant.
And when we come back, we highlight the Golden Jubilee flag that touched down on Grand Bahama today, that story, and the sports when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, returns.
For it, you've got it. A new plant nursery fully loaded with everything you need and extended hours Monday through Friday 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I'm proud to be a Bahamian. Happy 50th Independence, Bahamas.
The Grand Lucayan salutes our great nation with an all things Bahamian Independence full Sunday brunch. Tickets available at the hotel lobby or call 373-1333 for more information. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
Don't go through storm season without the Freeport Report app. Visit the Google Play or Apple Store and download for free. Get updates directly to your phone, see approved storm shelters near you, and report any issues that may occur. GBPA and Lusco are here for you.
Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating the road to 50 with a 20% off all tiles in stock. That's right, 20% off all ceramic, porcelain, and natural stone tiles. And they're giving the first 50 customers an additional $50 off their total purchase. Yes, an additional $50 off your total purchase. So come on in from Thursday, July 6th to Saturday, July 8th and save big with their Independence sale. Call them at 352-7920.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority invites all residents of the island to join them and celebrate the country's 50th anniversary of independence at a free GBPA block party. Join us on Saturday, July 8 at 7 p.m. for a live show with lots of music, dancing, food, and loads of fun. The grand stage will be erected in the middle of downtown Pioneers Way and the Mall Drive. We want to see you there.
The Bahamas is a Christian nation, so you gotta lead with love. And once we lead with love, it's only way is up for us. And the generation that's coming now, that's our future. So once we continue to invest in them, we only can succeed. Happy 50th Independence, Bahamas.
Don't miss the 25% off Independence sale at Park & Shop, excluding underwear, July 6th, 7th, and 8th. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
Save 15% on paint, 25% on supplies, and up to 50% on select items this Friday and Saturday at Paint Fair. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
We're celebrating our nation's 50th in grand style with a big Independence celebration on Independence Park on Sunday, July 9th. The Grand Bahama 50th Independence Committee invites all residents from east to west to the big show. A spectacular evening of food, music, dance, theatrical performances, and fireworks. A grand culture extravaganza celebrating our Golden Jubilee. Performances by and if you are to be that Bahama mama melody, take my own Ellen Wilford Sullivan, food is a very serious thing. Backed by the top tier band, in addition to the Royal Bahamas Police Force Tattoo and Junkin' Rush Hour. Gates open at 6 p.m. Showtime begins at 7 p.m. on Independence Park on Sunday, July 9th. We're celebrating our nation's 50th in grand style. We're marching forward, upward, and onward together.
As we travel the road to 50 years of nation building, resilience, and innovation, we pause to commemorate the men and women that paved the way. Through 50 years of strong community ties and true partnerships, we celebrate the journey past and have renewed hope for the future. We are proud to have been here working forward, upward, onward, together for the betterment of our Bahama land. God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Happy birthday, Bahama! independence, Bahamas. Happy anniversary, Bahamas.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Independence celebrations continuing with the Golden Jubilee flag relay facilitated by the National Independence Secretariat. The flag making its way on some major islands before officially touching down on Grand Bahama. Raven Davis has that report.
A Royal Bahamas Defense Force aircraft traveling across the seas, touching down on several islands before landing here in the nation's second city, accompanied by representatives of the National Independence Secretariat and members of the Royal Bahamas Police and Defense Force. This arrival preceding a brief Golden Jubilee flag relay ceremony that was underway at the Harold de Gregory Complex. Secretariat Representative Lindsay Thompson saying that the occasion was particularly special.
The 40th, there was a flag relay to commemorate the 40th was also a significant occasion, and so it was felt by the Secretariat at the time to touch each island with the flag. And so for the 50th, why not? It's Golden Jubilee. It's a happy time. I mean, independence is always a happy time, but 50 is really a significant milestone for any country, and a small developing country like the Bahamas.
Now, the relay commenced last May in Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, kicking off the 50 Days to 50 countdown. Thompson adding that it brings immense joy to partake in this national initiative.
The last two islands, we're hoping to get them in, and hopefully we have to go way south, Southeast Bahamas, and so we are determined to get that done.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, also on hand, remarking that it's an exciting day for Grand Bahamians.
Grand Bahama is excited. We're about to reach 50 in the Bahamas, and it's a significant moment. You know, our forefathers have paved the way. We're excited to be celebrating. You know, there have been activities since, majority rule on the island. Every week we've been having something, and today is one of those significant moments.
The 40th, there was a flag relay to commemorate the 40th was also a significant occasion, and so it was felt by the Secretariat at the time to touch each island with the flag.
A procession concluding the occasion with officers officially hoisting the flag. It will then travel to two other major islands before it is officially hoisted on Clifford Park in New Providence. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, just days before the Bahamas turns 50, the signature Gourmet Summer Festival returns. The event is hosted by the Ministry of Tourism beginning on July 6th and will be held every Thursday for the next 4 weeks on Tino Beach at 6 p.m.
We have excitedly been marching on the road to 50 all year to commemorate our nation's historic Golden Jubilee. And during our pre-independence celebrations, we have taken the opportunity to proudly acknowledge our forefathers and foremothers who led the Bahamas to independence on July 10th, 1973, and the advancement of our country from that day onwards. Gourmet Summer Festival is significant to Bahamian history because the festival was launched 1 year after independence, providing a platform for Bahamian heritage and culture enjoyed by residents and visitors to our shores for decades.
And it's really important for us to remember that these festivals mean so much for the various communities on the island, very much an economic impact. And also from the tourism side, it means a lot for our visitors to be able to come to the Grand Bahama Island and be able to partake in these various cultural festivals. It represents an experience for them, especially when they are able to participate in many of the various activities that happen at these festivals.
The festival will be offering authentic Bahamian dishes with a twist of entertainment and much more. The Ministry of Tourism thanking those sponsors involved for their collaborative efforts with ensuring the event is a success each and every year.
We have been a sponsor now of the Bahamas Gourmet Summer Festival for about 20 years. We are proud sponsors as we know the importance of this event to the community to boosting the culture and also the circular economy. We remain committed to powering all of the summer events and supporting these events as they work to revitalize the community and the island of Grand Bahama.
We are elated at Doctors Hospital to be a community leader, to be a part of all of the festivities, to be a part of our health and wellness as we celebrate 50 years in the Bahamas. We want to come alongside and continue to show our partnership with our community leaders, with the Ministry for Grand Bahama, with the Ministry of Tourism, and our various other corporate leaders here in the Freeport community.
Again, Gourmet Summer Festival begins at 6 p.m. until midnight on Tino Beach every Thursday for the month of July. Your check on sports is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. Well, let's begin with the 47th annual Sophie Rubens basketball camp that took place at the Urban Renewal Basketball Court.
We had about 40, to 45 campers, They are still paying. In fact, today, again, I keep turning down parents because a lot of people don't know where Pine Ridge Community Park is. Camp started in 1978, at St. Vincent de Court basketball down there at St. Vincent, North St. Vincent, now turned to Louisiana. And you add all of that up, you get about 47 years. But it doesn't seem that much because the kids enjoy it. And when I see guys who came by and who went there, you had a couple of pros, you had no pros, you got professional people. You have guys coming up to you and say, hey, you remember one time ago I brought my daughter to camp? She playing soccer now. My daughter's a lawyer now or whatever have you. So a lot of people think it's just basketball, but coming to Grand Bahama was only basically Moon and those guys doing something in basketball. And then he said, well, listen, if you're going to do something in basketball, you got to start in the areas that people don't usually visit.
Switching gears now in sports, Bimini product BJ Edgecombe continues to garnish major Division I basketball scholarships from some of the top programs in the U.S. Edgecombe recently received an offer from Duke University Blue Devils, one of the top programs in all of college basketball. Still in hoops action, college basketball standout Rolante Knowles, who just completed his sophomore year at Butte Community College, is home for the summer helping with basketball camps.
Helping the camp is pretty good. I got back from school. Just trying to share the little knowledge that I know to the younger kids, so maybe hopefully I can give them a chance and a better opportunity for them to go off to school in America.
And finally in sports, local referee and umpire Sherman Major recently had the opportunity to call the Latin American Little League Softball 12U Championship game in Puerto Rico. The winner of the game will advance to the World Series Little League Softball Tournament in Williamsport, where they will represent Latin America. Sherman is the primary school PE teacher at West End Primary and Holmes Rock Primary. Ladies and gents, that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
You're invited to the Independence Park for a cultural extravaganza Sunday, July 9th as we celebrate our Golden Jubilee in grand style. Enjoy food, theatrical performances, and music by Avi Stalid, Melody, Wilfred Solomon, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Marching Band, appearances by the Grand Bahama All-Star Junkanoo Group. Gates open at 6 p.m. Showtime is at 7 p.m.
Don't miss the 25% off Independence sale at Park & Shop, excluding underwear, July 6th, 7th, and 8th. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating the road to 50 with a 20% off all tiles in stock. That's right, 20% off all ceramic, porcelain, and natural stone tiles. And they're giving the first 50 customers an additional $50 off their total purchase. Yes, an additional $50 off your total purchase. So come on in from Thursday, July 6th to Saturday, July 8th and save big with their Independence sale. Call them at 352-7920.
I am proud to be a Bahamian working here at the Container Port. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority invites all residents of the island to join them and celebrate the country's 50th anniversary of independence at a free GBPA block party. Join us on Saturday, July 8 at 7 p.m. for a live show with lots of music, dancing, food, and loads of fun. The grand stage will be erected in the middle of downtown Pinder's Way and the Mall Drive. We want to see you there.
To be Bahamian is to be blessed with opportunity. To be Bahamian is to be resilient, to be a role model. It feels amazing to be a part of history. And again, I am ever so grateful, and I'm excited to see what 50 more years bring. Happy 50th Independence, Bahamas.
If you're a bystander and you witness a vehicle accident involving a passenger, a power pole, and a downed power line, do not approach the accident scene. Stay in your car and call 919 for emergency medical assistance. Then call GB Power at 352-8411 so that they can disconnect the electricity from the accident site. Though persons may want to help, it's important to keep everyone away from the electrical equipment or from fallen wires. Rescue can only be attempted by a person trained to use special live line tools. If possible, talk to the passengers in the vehicle by yelling out. Encourage the passengers to avoid touching the car frame and not to move until help arrives. This message was brought to you by the Grand Bahama Power Company, reminding you that if it's down, it's dangerous.
I envision a multitude, a metropolitan of straw vendors, of taxi drivers, operators, of tour owners, of all things Bahamian. I envision our culture being defined and being something that we are very proud about. That's what I envision for the Freeport Harbor. I also envision the industrial sector growing to great strengths, the container port expanding, new crane operators, utilizing technology, and just us as a country and persons that are Bahamian, to know that we are here in the world and to take our place, to make it as special as it is.
Going down Bayman Road, going down Bayman Road, going down Bayman Road, I can't lick nobody.
Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating the road to 50 with a 20% off all tiles in stock. That's right, 20% off all ceramic, porcelain, and natural stone tiles. And they're giving the first 50 customers an additional $50 off their total purchase. Yes, an additional $50 off your total purchase. So come on in from Thursday, July 6th to Saturday, July 8th and save big with their Independence Sale. Call them at 352-7920.
And culture, wicked strength, junk canoe, fishing and sailing, just to name a few, free from bondage. That was our heritage. Our nation isn't perfect, there is more work to be done. Forward, upward, and onward towards the rising sun. Yes, we should be proud. It's time to say it loud. Oh, grab your flag, wave it from side to side. Aqua, gold, and black represents your pride. Lift your head and say, I'm a proud Bahamian.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
And tonight we continue our feature of local entertainers in honor of independence. Tonight she's been singing from a very young age, and today, as her song suggests, she is certainly stronger and wiser. I'm talking about none other than Raquel Oliver, who's also my classmate. Listen, this song has been a hit for years now. Tell us how you got this song.
Just like everybody goes through heartbreaks and breakup, this was a time in my life when I went through something very hard. You know, I ended a relationship, and this was my way that I was going to get through it. I wasn't stronger and wiser just yet, but the song gave me that hope and that motivation to actually be stronger and wiser.
Absolutely, and this has become the female's anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Raquel Oliver singing her hit song, Stronger and Wiser. Take it away.
Oh, stronger and wiser. Can you make up for the last time you asked me? Can we go back to where we used to be? You keep asking for a second chance, but I'm through. You need to believe I'm over and done with you. I'm stronger and wiser than anyone you've ever seen. I'm stronger and wiser, so baby you can pick up and leave. I'm stronger and wiser than baby you will ever be. I'm stronger and wiser than you and me, than you and me. You told me that you love me, but to her the same. She's thinking you need her, but who's to blame? Every night was just another lie. You were in her bed, doing things that we would. Life is so unfair. I wish that you would go away and erase the pain. I can't believe that you expect to get back into my life. I'm stronger and wiser than anyone you've ever seen. I'm stronger and wiser, so baby you can pick up and leave. I'm stronger and wiser than baby you will ever be.
I'm stronger and wiser than any me. I ain't gonna do the rap part. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Raquel Oliver joining us live here tonight. Thank you so much. But that's going to do it for the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team and the one and only Raquel Oliver, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next, and we are certainly stronger and wiser.
Pride, except for when you need it. Most of the time, I know you women keep a lot inside when it's still.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, Andros in the dark. Cornish apologizes. Prisoners treated. And in sports, Pretty Penny on Bahama Games. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. A dark night ahead for North Andros residents following an early morning blaze at Bahamas Power and Light's Nicholstown plant. The fire ripping through that facility, leaving residents without electricity and unclear of when supply will be fully restored. Our Lloyd Allen was on the ground with BPL officials.
A total loss reported at the Nicholstown BPL power station. Power outages experienced across parts of the island on Wednesday. The issue apparently erupting from an early morning blaze now contained at the North Andros power station. Reportedly, residents from Nicholstown to Blanket Sound affected, with Staniel Creek getting possible alternative supply from the Fresh Creek power station. Officials from BPL main station flying into the island to assess the fire damage.
The North Andros Power Station suffered a catastrophic fire that destroyed all 4 of the units that were installed, as well as the station building and the office building. At this time, our priority is to ensure the safety of our staff on the ground in Andros.
Chief Operations Officer Tony Seymour explaining that up to yesterday, there were 3 power stations on the island, with the Nicholstown station now out of commission. However, regarding restoration, there is a plan.
So we're working on getting some temporary generation from New Providence We do have a trailer set that's located on the island of Exuma. So we're going to try and get those units to Andros by boat as quickly as we possibly can.
Residents and businesses also sharing their frustration.
The outages is just too much.
I hope this would give us an opportunity to upgrade power station in North Andros.
It's going to be detrimental to us because we have to preserve ice inside the freezers and stuff, and most of our drinks and stuff getting hot.
Family Island Administrator Beverly Larimore also providing this update.
Yes, I would just like to let the residents of North Andros and your viewers know that we have the BPL officials on the ground assessing the damage that was done to the BPL plant in North Andros that was devastated and engulfed with fire last night. We know that you don't have your air conditioning or the comforts of your home, but we ask you to be very patient with us, that we are working diligently to make sure that power is restored as quickly as possible.
And of course, as investigations continue into this latest fire, officials at BPL saying that they hope to have a new unit shipped here as early as Thursday. Reporting here from Nicholstown for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Now, no doubt a challenging situation for North Andros residents, many of whom were looking forward to the economic boost this weekend's homecoming was to bring. That event now pushed to July 27th through the 29th. Area Member of Parliament Leonardo Lightbourne, in a release, reiterated efforts to investigate the fire and plans to restore power for residents and local businesses.
Generators are being deployed to the island, and hopefully that we can get the power restored as soon as possible. As for residents on the ground, I know the administration and the various ministries are active in ensuring that we take care of our elderly and all the vulnerable citizens at the moment. As for me, my main concern is restoring the power to see that the residents are safe and sound.
We shift our attention now to Trinidad and Tobago, where the Caribbean community is marking a milestone, officially celebrating 50 years as a bloc. Cleopatra Murphy has the details on how the occasion was celebrated.
The Bahamian flag was among those hoisted at the Chaguaramas Convention Center Tuesday, 50 years after the treaty that birthed CARICOM was signed. Amid heavy downpour, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis was among the first of the Caribbean leaders putting shovel into the ground to mark CARICOM's Golden Jubilee with a ceremonial tree planting. Also among the leaders signing letters to be placed in a time capsule to be opened by their successors in 50 years. Half a century after CARICOM was formed, Minister of Foreign Affairs the Honorable Fred Mitchell says it remains relevant as it gives countries in the region a voice.
We're in this group of countries that have a similar background, values, characteristics, and we need world trade. And this is the ultimate protection mechanism for our politics, for our survivability in the world, issues like climate change, of course. So that's why we're in, and we're pleased to be a part of it.
50 years after CARICOM's inception, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley, and CARICOM's Chair, the Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, say engaging youth will be pivotal to continuing CARICOM's work. Rowley says the body has accomplished much, but more is left to be done.
We are stronger together. So as we take stock of the last 50 years and look with anticipation towards the next 50, let us do so knowing that whatever divides us will never be bigger than that which unites us. We will always be stronger together than we are apart.
Skerritt, also Prime Minister of Dominica, highlighted the importance of a united Caribbean. He says this is a more difficult world today than it was 50, even 20 years ago.
There are too many injustices that have been meted out to us as a CARICOM and a Caribbean community. The issue of climate change and the kicking down the bucket of firm decisions to address our concerns in the Caribbean community. And sometimes we feel like giving up. We feel like not going to any of the COP conferences. But we must never relent on our fight against an injustice.
On CARICOM's 50th anniversary, Prime Minister Davis and other CARICOM leaders offered tributes, expressing gratitude for where the 15-member body and its 5 affiliate members have come as they look to chart its course in the coming years. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Back here at home, aside from the targeted goal of hitting the 8 million mark in tourist arrivals this year, comes added good news from the top industry. Minister responsible, the Honourable Chester Cooper, says should all go as planned, that uptick in visitor arrival will be met by an expanded room capacity with the reopening of the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in downtown Nassau. Now closed since April of last year, the Prime Minister, the acting Prime Minister that is looking forward to the opening.
We're expecting the British Colonial to open as we forecasted by winter, hopefully late November, early December. We should be fully back in business. This is going to be good for the room capacity as well as the downtown area. We're very excited about this possibility, and we look forward to the opening. We look forward to the employment it will create, the entrepreneurial possibilities, and the life that it will breathe into the downtown area.
And speaking of bed capacity, the Princess Margaret Hospital recently upped its game with the addition of over 50 beds, and this having long been plagued by a bed shortage. And Health Minister, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darvall, couldn't be more pleased.
Well, it's always good to have more beds because our accident emergency is sort of cyclical. Sometimes it's very busy, then sometimes, again, there's a breather. And these additional beds help because it moves patients very quickly out of the accident emergency to a space where they can get the necessary services and move them quickly from off trolleys into appropriate beds. So these particular beds are proving to be very helpful for the smooth flow of the operation of the hospital.
Meantime, the government standing firm in its decision to construct a new hospital in Western New Providence. The proposed site sits south of the Saunders Beach roundabout in the vicinity of the traffic light on the New Providence Highway, commonly referred to as the six-legged roundabout. Now, while some have expressed concerns about the area being a wetland, the health minister says otherwise.
We beg to disagree. The environmental impact assessment has been very favorable for the location. In front of the location, there is some wetlands that we are concerned about, but of course, we intend to ensure that that is not disturbed. And we are focusing on the high ground, which falls within the 45 to 50 acre plot that has been allocated for the new site.
Well, poorly socialized, the very two words National Security Minister, the Honourable Wayne Monroe, has attached to describe those who commit rape, an offence that has recorded an increase here in New Providence, but one he believes must be met with education.
Rape is a crime that isn't really a sexual offence. It is an offence of violence. It's an offence that's carried out by people who clearly aren't properly socialized. And so one of the main ways of preventing it is education. And we are looking now at a policy to address the education, particularly of young men. But the Sexual Offences Unit, led by Inspector Wims, is also engaging with young women. And we expect to have a substantial gathering of persons to align efforts to address educating and mentoring young men. In the meantime, we have to make it as comfortable as possible for the victims of sexual offenses to report them.
According to the minister, not only will those directly impacted get the educational services needed, but everyone involved.
We have to educate policemen to deal with them in an appropriate way. And as I continue to say, as you make it more comfortable for people to report sexual offenses, a side consequence of that will be that more people will report.
A date set for the corruption trial of former Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Lanisha Roll and her co-accused husband Von Tenkin Roll, Alfred Mortimer, Godfrey Burrows and Wilfred Roll Jr. Justice Gilomena Archer Mins locking in September 29, 2025 as the trial date during the fixture hearing in Supreme Court Wednesday morning with a backup trial date of June 27, 2024. Now, Roll is accused of fraudulently awarding contracts amounting to $750,000 while she served as youth minister under the Free National Movement government. All allegations she denies. Her co-accused also deny any involvement in the matter. A Family Island MP's unpopular comments sparked not only backlash, but an apology. Some 4 days after asserting himself the Prime Minister on Abaco during an independence banquet, and only a day after his colleague, Central and South Abaco MP John Pinder II expressed disappointment, North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish says sorry. Just to take you back a bit, Cornish, one of several honorees during Saturday's banquet at Faith Walks Church of God, declared, quote, "The only authority other than Kirk who leads the island is a brave Philip Edward Davis. So get used to it," end quote. Fast forward to this afternoon, and Cornish issued a brief statement expressing sincere regret, stressing that he sought to make the point that it is his privilege and responsibility to implement cabinet policy in Abaco. Cornish going on to note that he has the honor of representing Abaconians in Parliament and carrying out the policies of the Prime Minister and cabinet in Abaco. "I am the representative of the Prime Minister on the island," he said, "but of course I do not possess his authority. There is only one Prime Minister in the Bahamas, and I serve at his pleasure." The North Abaco MP wrapped up with an unreserved apology to not only the Prime Minister, but his parliamentary colleagues and his constituents, adding that he's deeply committed to serving to the best of his ability. Well, still to come, prisoners treated. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
A lot has changed over the past 60 years, but at Commonwealth Bank, our mission to build lifelong relationships with our clients remains the same. Our customers are more than just a number. Our customers are our family, and together we create banking solutions that fit your unique needs. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
I always find new ways to connect. Even with those friends that are very, very far away. It doesn't matter who you are. What matters is sharing. Because sharing a bucket with friends tastes finger-licking good.
Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland. March on to glory, your bright banners waving high. See how the world marks the manner of your bearing? Pledge to excel through love and unity. Pressing onward, march together to a common, loftier goal. Steady sunward, though the weather eyed the wide and treacherous shoal. Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland, till the road you've trod lead unto your God. march on. Bahamaland.
Before independence, this was our genesis. Like a sun splitting through darkness to let future in. Great-grandfathers with iron fists, wielding policies that paved possibilities for the next of kin. 07 was a shedding of skin. Now native, but never wavered on our commitment. Before our country turned 50, we were here. 50 years more, helping life, spreading light. BAF for life.
And I say, boy, my island's in the sun, 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 sun. Bring it up now. And I say, boy, my island's in the sun. Carnival time is just but when I turn to party, this drunk and I got me with so boy, my island's in the sun. Carnival time is just
Fly free from Nassau. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details.
The hunt is on this evening for two alleged murderers. The younger, 20-year-old Randy Mackey. Police say the number 29 Saffron Street resident is medium brown, 5 feet 9 inches tall, and slim build. Also on the loose is 24-year-old Margaret Williams of number 74 William Street Avenue, Pinewood Gardens. His description, down as brown-skinned between 5'7" and 5'9", his build unknown. Any information on either of the suspects should be forwarded to the Criminal Investigations Department, and that's at 502-9991, 502-9992, or 911. Well, a good corporate citizen treating several prisoners to lunch following efforts to keep the Baines and Grantstown community clean, green, and pristine. LaDawn Davis has their story.
Instead of being cooped up in the dorm all day, so it's nice.
Azario Brennan is one of 25 residents of the Bahamas Department of Corrections catered to outside the prison walls Wednesday at historic Christie Park. Behind the handout, Electro Telecoms Limited. Owner Paul Smith says after recently observing the men eating bread and drinking water during a cleanup exercise in the Baines and Grantstown community, he decided to treat them.
My staff at Electro Telecom along with the pit road crew, we get together, and this is what you see in the day, just to let them know that they are appreciative. We appreciate them. They will leave this establishment sooner or later, and they would not be monitored, but at least they know that whether they do good or whether they do bad, somebody is watching, and there are people who will always want to do for them once they are on the right track.
In about 5 weeks, most of these prison residents treated today will be released into society in search of a second lease on life.
The residents are happy to be a part of this process of keeping New Providence clean. And hopefully, at the end of the day, some of them will gain employment through the Ministry of Environment. And also, too, somebody may recognize their good work on Bay Street and retain them for their services. So this is what we are trying to foster at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. A no idleness policy. Everybody must work who are sentenced.
Area Member of Parliament Wade Watson expressed hope that the newfound partnership becomes a constant within his constituency.
One-time fix is not good enough, so to have that done on a consistent basis is very important to keep up the aesthetics of the community. Baines and Grantstown is a very, very historic community, and I think it should always be represented in that way, and it should always have a look, an appeal that can attract people, as opposed to distracting them from wanting to come to the area.
During the pandemic, the Electro Telecoms team hosted a similar luncheon at the Bahamas Department of Corrections in the hopes of spreading cheer during Christmas. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
And while we're on food, who prepared the best Bahamian food you've ever tasted? Well, if you ask the folks over at the local government department, answers are sure to vary. But never fear, there's sure to be an answer very soon as staff members participate in a 3-day All Things Bahamian Throwdown competition. And Renee Smith has that story.
It's kind of an age-old debate. Which island in the Bahamas has the best food? But here at the Department of Local Government, that rivalry runs a little deeper.
My message for Group 1 and 2 is to tell them come stronger.
That stern warning issued to the foes of local government's Group 3, a stiff competitor in the department's All Things Bahamian 50th Independence MasterChef competition.
This event is symbolic of our patriotic spirit, because for us, the Bahamas is all. And so we don't want to lose our authentic Bahamian spirit.
And by extension, authentic Bahamian recipes.
That's good. So that's all. Just even taste it. You can put this over ice.
It's why participants have curated a menu from Bimini in the north to Inagua in the south.
Most of the cook were from Andrew's Cooking and Inagua Cooking, so we combined it. And then we had some other ladies that did the tarts and the island govarduf, and we had another group did the drinks, the mango switcher and the natural coconut water. So we just put our minds together.
Overall, showcasing just how brilliant, bold, and diverse we all are.
All of us are from the various family islands. Family islands is what we are. Community development in family islands is who we are. And so when it comes to initiatives such as this, representing the family islands is something that we take serious. It's something that we hold dear to us.
Thank you. Who will take the title of Best of the Best in this down-home battle? Well, we'll just have to wait to find out. So tune in on Thursday and Friday as Groups 1 and 2 go head-to-head and as I enjoy my taste buds. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Antoinette Smith.
Well, good one there, Antoinette. Bahamians throughout the diaspora, meantime, are celebrating the country's 50th anniversary of independence in the southeastern U.S. Yasmin Miller, Vice Counsel at the Consul General Office in Atlanta, highlights activities there.
So we kick off our independence celebrations on the 29th of July with a black tie cocktail reception at the Westin Hotel in Atlanta, where we engage the entire diaspora from 10 states. It's a big celebration. We have a Bahamian band coming in, Bahamian entertainers, Bahamian food, artisans. It's just a display of our Bahamian culture. So we have 3 events back to back. Our first event is the Black Tie Gala reception that I would have spoken about. Our second event is the church service held at New Birth Baptist Church. Pastor Jamal Bryan, who's also a brother of the Bahamas, will be hosting that service for us. And thereafter, we're hosting a family reception where we serve Bahamian food and also cut our independence cake and celebrate the Bahamas.
Well, weeks after the Nassau Cruise Port's official opening, one features sure to expose more visitors to local culture. Our Jiminita Swain tells us more.
We're coming to you live from the downtown Nassau Cruise Port, where just on May 26th, the port itself officially opened. However, tonight there is a special opening. The Bahamas Museum of Junkanoo is actually going to be officially open. Just behind me, there's a red bow that will be cut when the official ceremony begins. In just a few moments, there will be, of course, a formal ceremony. We expect to hear from the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, as well as the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism. Now, just to talk a little bit with us about what people can expect to see in this museum is, of course, the General Manager, Miss Asia Sanders. Hello, Asia. Hi, how are you? I am wonderful. So talk to us about what you expect that Bahamians and visitors take away when they have the opportunity to visit the museum.
I expect Bahamians and visitors to understand the importance of Junkanoo, the importance of our culture. Being on Bay Street on Boxing Day or New Year's Eve, you will then see that encompassed in the entire Junkanoo Museum. As you walk through each space, we have the solarium with the Lee's costume. We have how Junkanoo started to where Junkanoo is. We also have the theater space, which is live performance of Junkanoo. So throughout the museum, I expect Bahamians to show the appreciation that we have for Junkanoo, and then the importance that we needed throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Now, we also have with us Miss Arlene Nash Ferguson. Everybody knows her from Educulture and just all about everything Junkanoo. How excited are you, one, to have been a part of this, I guess, transformation, and now to be here for the opening itself of our very own Junkanoo Museum?
It has been an honor just to see the whole transformation of Nassau Harbor, which is so historic, and to see the beauty that we have now put in. It's magnificent. And of course, as Asia said, you have to celebrate who he is. As a people, we have lots of sun, sand, and sea, and that's what most of our visitors come for. But this will allow them right on the front doorstep to see that we are so much more than that.
And introduce you immediately to our culture.
Absolutely, right at the front door.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you, Gail, Asia as well. And obviously, like I said, just in a few minutes, there will be the official opening ceremonies, Makushla, but obviously we want to get inside, but we'll have you covered in just a few when it officially opens. So you will have all that this evening has to offer. For now, I'm Jiminita Swain reporting from the Nassau Cruise Port, and back to you in studio, Makushla.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is being brought to you by the 50th Independence Secretariat. Go to their website, celebrate-bahamas.com, or their Facebook page, Celebrate Bahamas, to see the schedule of exciting events.
Good morning. My name is Norma Jane Knowles. I live in the settlement of Red Bay, Andros. The Seminoles, and I love to tell people I am a black Seminole descendant. The Seminole came to Andros, and we all know that by canoe. After the war, and they were chased off their land, they end up taking several canoes. Some end up in Cuba, some end up in Andros, west side, and that's where we are. They were here for some time, and that's how this straw work really came about. And then when you look around, especially in Red Bay area, we have so many silver palm. You know, you can't go short on getting silver palm because it's all around you. Our community is a very small community. Our population is less than 500. When the Indians came here, it wasn't that many of them, but it was the Russells that were in the canoe, the Lewis, the Bullocks, McNeil. We do in this community to keep this alive. My oldest grandkid is 7, but I have to teach him the process. So I give him a needle because I know he's able to use the needle without hurting himself. So I said, okay, now you have to strip for Grammy. So this is what he do. He stripped the top for me. At one time ago in Red Bay, most of the men would have sewed basket. My husband is an excellent basket maker. This is not only our culture, but this is our heritage. It's something we inherited. Our forefathers were doing it, and we continue to keep the tradition alive. So this is something that is done within the entire community. Every household in the community makes some sort of basket, even to the children. So this is something that everybody does.
Dreaming of the perfect summer getaway? Apply for a debt consolidation or personal loan to win an airline ticket to Paris, Miami, or New York. Win up to $2,500 in cash and more. For details, call 356-7764 for Nassau, 602-6811 for Freeport, 823-4374 for Abaco. Fidelity.
Sick. Could believe I just bust up one of my tires on one of those potholes out there.
That's because we ain't got no local government.
Hey, Daddy. Man, I get bite right up from the mosquitoes last night. Jeez.
Well, son, that's because we ain't got no local government.
Local government can benefit people on a community level. In 2019, a committee reported their findings on implementing local government in New Providence. Visit risebahamas.net to read the report and sign the petition.
Local government.
Aye for that.
Right, but that's the tire. Let's go.
On it.
Yeah, to the left. No, the other left, man.
We got call for local government.
Agape Church invites you to attend an evening of elegance at the retirement banquet for Bishop Helen McPhee as senior pastor of Agape Church. As Bishop McPhee's tenure comes to a close, we want to celebrate her indomitable spirit and legacy of love. The atmosphere will be charged with the electricity of love and appreciation as we indulge in sumptuous culinary delights, captivating entertainment, and engaging conversations. Mark your calendars. Secure your reservations. Friday, the 25th of August, 2023. Cocktail reception begins at 7 p.m. and the dinner starts at 8 p.m. at the Atlantis Grand Ballroom on Paradise Island. Tickets are $275 and can be purchased at the church's office. For more information, call 242-328-6937.
Lowe's means a lot to me. Seeing my customers smile brightens my day. Family is important to me. I love spending quality time with my grandchildren. I'm happy to celebrate 70 years with Lowe's. My name is Constance Penn. I've been working with Lowe's for 48 years. I hope and trust that they have another 70 years to come.
Bahamas, FYP, and the Pink Center want to wish you a very happy 50th Independence. To celebrate, we've teamed up with Valspar to offer you 50% off on select paints until July 15th. So whatever your project, whatever your inspiration, the Pink Center at FYP can help get it done. Stop by today to pick your color and save 50% off on paint. 69 Wolf Road in Nassau. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Give me my things. Triple P, move out of my lucky seat, boy, because I'm trying to hit one of these jackpots so I could plan my retirement.
Retirement? Yeah, you straight. Just the island game. And Percy's pension plan is back.
What you talking about? How NIB going? Ain't gonna be no pension for none of we.
Now, listen, this Percy's pension plan, what I talking about. All you gotta do, put $20 on your account, and you enter to win one of 13 different pension plans.
What?
Up to $1,000 a week for a year. And you can win more than one, you know.
Oh, well, thank you, Island Game, because I know one of them pension is mine. Now get out of my chair. While you up, give me that $20 so I can put on my account. Thank you. You owe me this long enough.
The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
The Bahamas Games kicks off on Friday. Hundreds of athletes representing the islands around the archipelago converging right here in the capital. The games to be played at various locations, but how will they get around? Well, our Marcellus Hall spoke with a transportation consultant for the games.
As we enter the final 2 days now before the start of the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games, excitement is building. However, there are a number of things that have to be considered before these games get underway. Most importantly, how will these athletes get back and forth, not only from their islands, but also between the various areas of competition? Reginald Forbes is one of a number of individuals charged with making sure that everything runs smoothly.
It's an awesome task, especially during this time of the year with the touristic season and us being a touristic destination. We've had to look wide and far for seats to accommodate all of the athletes, coaches, chaperones, officials coming into the island. And the task has been very challenging, but we are getting it done.
And while the national carrier, Bahamas Air, will be the main source of air transport, there are many others who will be included, utilizing air, land, and sea.
We went out and we did our research in terms of what's available as it relates to busing, as it relates to airlines, as it relates to seacraft. So seacraft was also considered as a part of the transport into New Providence from the various islands, particularly the coastal ones.
Forbes saying that there have been some challenges, but nothing they have not been able to overcome.
Getting people to adhere to time and deadlines, that has posed somewhat of a difficulty in getting all of the seats booked and ready for their transport. But I think at this stage we're at about 95%. And getting all of the family islanders and the athletes into the island for the competition.
And once here in New Providence, getting back and forth to the various venues and facilities must also be dealt with.
We will have buses running every half hour on the hour. Buses will be assigned to specific locations, like you'll have buses assigned to the Sports Center, buses assigned to the Marriott, buses assigned to Breezes, and in addition to that, we have an effective way of communicating with a two-hand set, and so we will be able to communicate with the buses as we regularize their movement throughout the island.
And see just 2 days to go before things officially get underway. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Marcellus Hall.
Well, thanks, Marcellus. As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
We are New Life Natural Company Limited, and we have actually been in the community for now 13 years, serving in the health field. Our diets is probably one of the most poorest diets actually in the Caribbean, and we are really low in the world. as a result of our diet, we are actually inheriting all of these different diseases. So we need to kind of like shift the way how we eat and shift it to eating more healthier food. So we at New Life here, we are trying to change the paradigms. We are actually introducing tasty, healthy options. And so hopefully this SPDC initiative will actually create the awareness, help us to have an understanding of what we are doing, why we are doing it, and help us to begin to shift this paradigm of proper eating, proper dieting, and proper fitness. So our motto is eat well, be well, and let your food be your medicine.
For more information about the Fitness and Wellness Initiative, contact the SPDC at 461-7232.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Vibrant heart of the Bahamas, a common loftier goal unites us all. A place where love and unity thrive, where world-class technology is accessible and affordable, connecting every generation. We believe in our heritage and the boundless potential that lies within us. We believe in Bahamians.
The 6th edition of the Bahamas Games are on the way. July 7th through the 15th. Get ready for inter-island sporting competition in the spirit of unity and camaraderie. Which island is gonna win? Our nation, our talent, our games. And look out for the B Games crew coming to your island soon. For more information, call 809-1242 or visit thebahamasgames.org.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in your car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Exuma youth getting a lesson in Bahamian history through a 5-day Independence Community Workshop in Georgetown. Community leaders led by Dorcas Shuttleworth, along with government representatives and Sandals Emerald Bay officials, took the children on a trip down memory lane.
I see before me, future politicians, future doctors, future lawyers, plumbers, electricians. We need them all, okay? If we don't do it, no one else will do it for us.
I realize that the only thing that we have in this world is the planet in which we live. And if we do not treasure our land, we will have no place to live. I am going out, you are coming in. The love that I have for this land is the love that you will have to develop.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. Pretty nice day around the island today, but we are under partly cloudy skies, but that will change. All the details coming up later in the newscast, so stay tuned. Temperature now, we're at 86 degrees, relative humidity 74%. We have easterly winds at 13 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,016.3 millibars. That is 30.02 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Violence this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 87 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Grand Key, and Marsh of Abaco. The Berry Islands also 87, and that extends right into Alistair and Bimini. 86 in Harbor Island, Rock, Sandy, Lutra, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, St. Andrews, all reporting 86 degrees. 1 degree up at Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 87 degrees. Alistair, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey, 85 degrees. 84 in Georgetown, Exuma. Ragged Island, Clarence, San Long Island, and Crooked Island, 86. Betsy Bay, Maguana, Acklands 87, 85 in Matthew, Nagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the northwestern islands tonight, light and variable winds with flat seas. They're going to be around 1 to 3 feet. High tide takes place at 10:27 tonight. Now for the central islands, the winds are going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. In the southeast Bahamas, winds a little stronger, 12 to 18 knots out of the east to southeast. Wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a caution flag in place for the southeast Bahamas. Now tomorrow, Thursday through Friday, we will see a shift in those winds. They become south to southwest in the northwestern parts of our country. Speeds at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide 10:53 in the morning, low tide at 5 in the afternoon. Now for the central and southeastern islands through Friday, the winds are going to be southeast at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet with caution flags. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
1492, Columbus landed. 1973, we were free. From Nassau to Inawa, Bahamas. From Freeport to Maguana, Bahamas. Tourists love our country, Bahamas. 700 islands, Bahamas. Happy independence, Bahamas. Happy anniversary, Bahamas. Independence, Bahamas.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures. Brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
In Long Island, Bahamas.
The 6th edition of the Bahamas Games are on the way. July 7th through the 15th. Get ready for inter-island sporting competition in the spirit of unity and camaraderie. Which island is gonna win? Our nation, our talent, our games. And look out for the B Games crew coming to your island soon. For more information, call 809-1242 or visit thebahamasgames.org.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been?
Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh?
By the way, it's not newer. It's NUA. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
Independence parties and cookouts? Yep, summer savings have arrived at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Libby spaghetti and meatballs, 15 ounce, $1.49. Fresh limes, 3 for 99 cents. Mega Malt, 11 ounce can, 99 cents. Case price, $21.99. Sunny Delight Smooth or Tangy, 64 ounce, 2 for $5. Center cut pork chops, $2.99 per pound. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
This
summer, on the road to 50, Lighthouse Point at Grand Lucayan is giving away free Sundays when you book 3 nights from a Friday or Saturday. That's right. Enjoy a fabulous Sunday fun day on us at Lighthouse Point with your 3-day stay booked on a Friday or Saturday. For info, call 242-373-1333 or WhatsApp message 242-827-8195. Free Sundays.
Give it to me like.
And I say, boy, my island's in the sun, 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 sun. Bring it up now. And I say, boy, my island's in the sun. And I'm a time is young, but when I turn to party, this drunk and I got me with so boy, my island's in the sun. And I'm a time is young.
Fly free from Nassau. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, less than 48 hours away from the start of the Golden Jubilee editions of the Bahamas Games. The government says they are sparing no expense on ensuring the event runs as smooth as possible, overall costing quite a pretty penny. More in this story. After much build-up and anticipation, the Bahamas Games set to kick off on Friday. The Bahamas' version of the Olympics returning to much fanfare, of course, coinciding with the country's 50th independence celebrations. Now, obviously, organizing the event was not cheap when you combine travel, accommodation, and repairs to local sporting facilities. How much did all this cost? Here's Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Yomo Mario Bolag.
The government would have spent some $3+ million thus far in preparation for the Games. We have another $1.2 million in this current budget that we extend to spend. We know that that wouldn't cover the entire remaining cost of the Games, but of course we have a contingency plan in place to make sure that all expenses taken care of by the end of the Games. There are things coming up every day. I know we have put a budget together for the Minister of Finance, the Prime Minister, and of course as we have various meetings, we come across what was done 21 years ago is completely different 22 years ago now. And so we now are coming across some things that, cause us to have to find some extra funding, and that's just facts. But it is the value of funding, spending on your own people to unite a nation together, and having chance for family and friends to come together from the various islands who would not have seen each other unless they go to regatta or some other event. This is huge for this administration to ensure that we bring people together. And some of those persons who never experienced the independence celebration will be here now in New Providence. They wasn't there in '73 and they've never been here because they're normally home, some of those persons. And so it'd be good to see them experience what celebration we'd be doing, also do the 50th celebration of our independence.
Switching gears to minor league baseball, Bahama B.J. Murray continuing his torrid start to the Double-A season for the Tennessee Smokies. The number 30 prospect in the Chicago Cubs organization going yard twice last night in the team's 9-8 loss to Birmingham. Murray's 2-home-run effort, a milestone night for the Bahamian power hitter, who seems to be next in line when it comes to Bahamians soon to be called up to the show. Murray recently was selected to compete in this year's XM All-Star Futures game, which was created to showcase the best talent in the minor leagues. Murray this season in 256 at-bats is batting .246 with 9 home runs and 43 RBIs. And the Bahamian-based dance group bringing home a lot of gold. The Nassau-based Pulse Dance Group just returned home from competition at the Star Quest Dance Competition in Orlando, Florida. The Bahamian contingent winning numerous individual and team awards across several divisions that included genres such as jazz and hip-hop.
And see, we won. We came first place in some divisions, second place, third place, and we got platinum award, high gold. So we're excited. The dancers are excited. The team is under the direction of Miss Natasha Fines, who is the president and the director.
It's been a great experience going away and traveling with my peers, especially the younger ones. It has been a pleasure to help them with their choreography and help them get dressed through everything. And being with my older girls, it has been fun and a great experience as well. And being able to be in a competition with them, it is very heartfelt to be around them and getting the experience to do it with them. And it's been very, very good.
And that's been a look at your sports on this Wednesday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-7795-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Summer celebrations start with the weekly specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Our Excellence long grain rice, 5 pounds, $3.89. Best Value whole kernel corn, 15 ounce, 99 cents. Sawyer's mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $5.99. Sweet mangoes, 2 for $3. Boneless chicken thighs, $2.79 per pound. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Our road to 50 Bahamas promotion by using any service at Lighthouse Point. And you could win 5 free nights. And this summer, when you book 3 nights, starting on a Friday or Saturday, we'll throw in Sunday for free. Yes, enjoy a fabulous Sunday on the beach with your 3-day Friday or Saturday booking at Lighthouse Point. Call 242-373-1333 for reservations today. Lighthouse Point.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we have a low-level trough across the northwest Bahamas, and also we have a westward-moving tropical wave, which is working its way through the southeast Bahamas, and that will increase the shower activity over the next 48 hours. Tonight, we are looking at partly cloudy conditions, very warm and humid, showers and isolated thunderstorms developing late tonight as that tropical wave continues to work its way towards the west, and that mid-level trough, low-level trough, works its way towards the east. Temperature-wise, we should get you down to about 79 degrees for your low temperature tonight. And tomorrow, there will be periods of clouds and sunshine with a couple of showers and thunderstorms developing, particularly in the afternoon hours. Now, temperature-wise, you've got to get up to 90 degrees tomorrow, but the heat index is going to be more like 105 degrees, so a very, very steamy day shaping up. So, as usual, we ask you to keep yourself hydrated. Extended weather forecast looking like this. Showers and thunderstorms in our forecast through Friday. But thereafter, as we move into Saturday, into the early part of next week, the drier conditions are expected to come into play, and that will be with us right into the middle part of the week. So temperatures-wise, going to hold you in the 90s during the daytime, and those 80s will hang in there during the nighttime. Akisha?
Well, thanks, Basil, and that does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
The honorable Brave Davis is the governor.